welcome you to February and high school hockey South Suburban Conference Saturday night action. The month is the shortest of the year, but is the most important of the year for high school hockey teams. Tonight we've got the Eagan Wildcats and the Shakopee Sabers. I'm Mike Cook alongside Greg Byrne. And Greg, we've got the Wildcats coming in. They kind of laid a stinker in Scott County a couple of nights ago. They lost 4-1 to a pretty good Prior Lake team, but by all accounts, the Cats just really didn't show up.
Yeah, it was kind of a rough game for the Cats. No one was really moving very fast or doing a whole lot. And, you know, they've played about 20 good games so far this year, and that was the first time they've not shown up like they typically do. So we hope that was the one game of the season, and going forward, it'll be back to the old Wildcats.
Yeah, Cats have won 2 of their last 3. Prior to that loss at Prior Lake, they beat Farmington 7-3 and went over to Burnsville 2 weeks ago, won by a 2-0 count. And in that Farmington game, Johnny Myers had a couple of goals, so did Aiden White, Cole Gibson, and Henry Reif with a goal and 4 assists in that one.
Yeah, he was on fire that game. He's been playing really well lately, and everything just came together at Farmington.
Meanwhile, for the Shakopee Sabers, it's been a rough go of it. They are 4-14-1 coming into tonight's action, 1-10 in conference play. And the Sabers, they've lost 10 of their last 11 coming into this one as the Sabers hit the ice here at the Eagan Civic Arena. As we're going to go dark, we'll get the disco ball going, we'll get the lights going. But, yeah, the Sabers are kind of a young team, but their coaches were saying earlier, kids with a really, really good group, good attitude. A lot of hockey smarts out there. It's just not happening on the ice right now for the Sabers.
Yeah, they really made us work last time when we played with them earlier in the season. We won 2-1 on a penalty shot at the end, but they were working hard, and it was a really close game.
As Johnny Myers in overtime in that one down at Shakopee. That was back in December 19th to be exact, as Wildcats get set to hit the ice here inside the Eagan Civic Arena. Saturday night puck live on Eagan TV, and special shout out to those of you watching us wherever you are on the Facebook page, on the YouTube channel, or hopefully you're enjoying it at home on channel 20 or 859 for those of you in the high def area.
So Mike, do you know how the girls did today?
Girls, they lost in overtime on senior day. They lost to the Shakopee Sabers, and tomorrow, Sunday, February 2nd, is not only Groundhog Day, but it's also section seating for the girls.
Okay.
And I was talking to athletic director Sandy Sutter-Larson here a little bit ago. They're thinking the girls will probably get a 4 seed, which means a home game in the opener, which I believe is Wednesday the 5th.
That's always a nice thing to have a home game to start things off.
So we'll see what happens for the girls. So yeah, check the high school site on that one, the State High School League site, mshsl.org. And hard to believe the girls' state tournament, I think they crowned their champion 3 weeks from tonight.
Yeah, I didn't realize they were so far ahead of the boys as far as schedule goes. So it'll be fun to watch them, see where they end up.
Of course, the mission for the boys, get to the XL Energy Center. That tournament is usually that second weekend in March, but right now it's the Sabers, the Wildcats. Let's throw it to Nick Johnson and meet both the teams.
The Sabers from Shakopee and your Eagan Wildcats. Let's meet the starting lineups, beginning with our visitors. In goal, number 30, Jacek Hummel. On defense, number 18, Luke Schmidt. On defense, number 20, Jackson Brost. At forward, number 27, Luke Schmitz. At forward, number 10, David Bigowet. And net forward, number 2, McAllister Dose. The head coach is Kelvin Simon, assisted by Chris Boydell and Jeff Weber. And now, let's meet the starting lineup for your Eagan Wildcats! In goal, senior 30, Derek Manzella. On defense, senior captain number 4, Aiden Byrne. His defensive partner, senior captain number 12, Max Meekin. At forward, senior number 13, Henry Rife. At forward, senior captain number 7, Johnny Mars. And the center, senior captain number 9, Cole Gibson. Assistant coaches are Mike Thomas and Doug Watson. The head coach of the Wildcats is Mr. Mike Taylor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you to please rise, remove your hats, and join us in the playing of our Star-Spangled Banner.
Well, Greg, you heard that loud rumble at the end of the Star-Spangled Banner. That was the Shakopee student section. There were a large number of them, and I think it might be a lot of their JV players, but they're here. They're making noise tonight.
Yeah, we got a good crowd tonight. A lot of Shakopee folks, and we got the boys on the glass and the rest of the Eagan High School crowd with us as well. So good crowd here at Eagan Arena for a good game.
See the Wildcats are gathered around the netminder, Derek Manzelli. He has been the man this year between the pipes for the Wildcats. 13-6 on the year. 191 is his goals against average and a save percentage of .921.
Yeah, and while we lost 4-1 to Prior Lake on Thursday, he was playing outstanding. He saved a lot of potential goals. So he had a really good game against Prior Lake, and I hope that continues.
Shakopee netminder tonight is number 30, Jacek Hummel, the junior, 2-5-1 on the year. He's got a .320 goals against average, save percentage .894, and it looks like Shakopee's really kind of split between him and Soren Pedersen this year between the pipes. But tonight, it's Hummel. He's going to face that top line for the Wildcats. Johnny Myers, Henry Rife, Cole Gibson. We are underway from the Eagan Civic Arena. Glad you're with us on Eagan TV as the Sabres are going to try to regroup inside their own zone. Back on defense starting for the Wildcats tonight, number 12, Max Meekin, and out there as well is number 4, Aiden Byrne. Back into the Wildcat zone. Shakopee trying to get something set up early. Sabres were shut out, I believe, last time out. So double check the stats. They lost 4-0 to Lakeville North. Scored just 2 goals in their last 3 games. However, they did score 4 against Rosemount a couple of weeks ago, and we know how tough the Irish can be.
Yes, that's quite the accomplishment, so we know they've got it in them.
All right, it's like both teams looking to make their first line change at tonight's hockey game as we're less than a minute into this one. And we'll have an icing on the Wildcats, who have the line out there right now. Alex Lockenmeyer is 17. I believe is that Asta as well, number 11, and 5, Aiden White. Here's Shakopee, you look at him, number 23, one of their forwards. Joe Ostertag, he's a junior for the Sabres. Sabres trying to win the draw in the Wildcat zone. All of a 1 minute elapsed in this one. Here's Lockenmeyer giving chase for the Cats. Tries to backhand it across to Asta, no can do. Puck pops up. Asta continues to go after the puck. Instead, it's going to be Cats are actually going to have to tag up. Nice job there by Willery to step up, poke that one back in. Otherwise, Shakopee had numbers going the other way.
Yeah, we got Willery and Meekin out on D right now.
So a long shot coming in for Shakopee. We'll try to mention some of the Sabres as we go along as well. Shakopee, the road blacks with the red numbers. Cats home whites, blue and green trim. Thankfully, they're not wearing the grays tonight. It was always hard to see.
Yeah, Shakopee doing a great job of keeping it in the zone here in this first period. And Eagan had to flip it out and went too far. We got icing.
So face-off will be back to the right of Manzella. Just 145. There's a good look at Jarek Hummel, number 30, the Shakopee net, or Jacek Hummel, check that. Jacek. The junior netminder for the Sabres. Sabres able to keep it in now, and the Cats all the way out. Should be another ice, and it will be. That's the third already on Eagan. We're not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah, Aiden Byrne was trying to put it up the boards to number 26, and
Cardenas.
I think Cardenas, and I think Aiden was expecting him to turn one way, and he turned the other. So
number 3, Connor Delmonico out there along with Wedward. He's number 10. As soon as they say that, of course, the Cats change. They go back to that top line. As Gibson in on the draw. Long shot for Shakopee. That came off the stick of Linus Toward. And here comes Johnny Myers for the Wildcats, number 7. He's always got good speed, showing it right there. And that backhand steered wide off of Hummel. Cats continue to battle down low. Reif, he'll send it back up. Cron from way out. That goes just wide. Looking for Myers on the tip. Shakopee looking to bring it out. Can they? This is number 7, Douglas Larson. Cats do tag back up. Shakopee does get it back out, however. Dumped deep into the Wildcat zone off the stick of Jackson Vogel, and indeed it is an icing because the freshman was shy of the red line.
yeah, it seems like Egan's playing a little conservative here. A couple of chances for D to pinch, and they kind of held back on that. So see if hopefully they get a little more aggressive.
Aiden White will take the draw for the Wildcats, number 5. Asta out there as well as Lockenmeyer. Pretty much been a second line for this team since really about, the Eastview game there, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, they've been flowing very well together. As you mentioned, Farmington a week ago, Aiden White on this line had 2 goals. Several assists from this line as well.
Yeah, I think we said Reif. Well, Reif on that top line had a goal and 4 helpers in that one. So nice to see some balanced scoring, though, for the Wildcats. As Shakopee checked that, looks to regroup in their own zone. Sorry, I had Farmington on my mind briefly. Tried to get it ahead to Lockenmeyer. Stopped on the way, though, by Bigowet, number 10 for Shakopee.
Yeah, Shakopee really coming out skating hard. Each team has 1 shot on goal right now.
And Lockenmeyer couldn't quite make it 2 for the Wildcats. That went high and wide. Delmonico goes into the boards. Here comes White trying to get Delmonico in front. And Shakopee's going to be able to bring it out of the zone with 13.5 to go in a scoreless first. As you mentioned, shots just 1 apiece. Wildcats are going to get the long outlet pass. That went off the stick of Lockenmeyer, but Shakopee is actually able to get the puck. Cats were looking to make a bit of a change on the far side, and they get at least 1 man off as Lockenmeyer went off. And back on is Cardenas, number 26. So Coach Taylor is sending that 3rd line out right now for Eagan. Here's Wedward. He's going to go in deep for Eagan.
Yeah.
Knocks his man off the puck.
Very nice job.
Absolutely gets the puck back. Tried to feed Cardenas. Nice job by Wedward, number 10. Wedward, just a sophomore for this Wildcat squad. You know he's going to be one of the kids in future years this team is really going to be counting on. Shakopee going to try to regroup. They're going to send it far side. Right over skates his man. Sabres will dump it in as they make big changes behind the play. Are down into the corner, kind of down there in front of that Eagan student section, which is starting to fill up more and more here in the Civic Arena. Dumped in that time by Shakopee's Toward. And Manzella just lets that one go. Cats try to get the long outlet to Reif. That never had a chance. It was knocked down in the neutral. Shakopee going to dump that in this time. They've got their top line on the ice right now. McAllister Dose, number 2, he's the one to keep an eye on for the Sabres. He's their top scorer. Just a sophomore.
Oh, nice trailing pass to
Rife.
Right there, just missed the puck.
That long shot never made it through. One thing on Dose real quick. He was their second leading scorer last year as a freshman. So we'll keep an eye on number 2 tonight wearing the black. Here come the Wildcats, and we've got offsides as Meekin got in just a little early, and the Shakopee JV students like that.
Yeah, and actually I liked it a lot too, because I love when the D bring it up and get a 4-person rush on that. So I want to see more Max going up with the puck.
They changed there by the Sabres, get a left wing out there. And they're going to switch on the draw. This will be Michael Morrow for Shakopee against White of Eagan. And Shakopee controls the draw. Here comes the near side. This is Morrow. Tries to get around Byrne deep into the Wildcat zone down below the goal line. Morrow battles back in there. I believe was that White with him? I wasn't sure. But and back out opportunity for the Cats. And that was saved over there by Shakopee. That was Wilkie. Byrne will try to poke it out for the Cats. And we've got ourselves a whistle. With 11:19 to go, we're still scoreless here on ETV.
Yeah, I think Byrne hit a couple of his teammates on that one as it went out of play.
So face-off back in the Wildcat zone. In front of, you see all those posters there on the glass. Well, you saw them momentarily, but it was senior day for the girls today. Honored a lot of those young ladies. Boys will have senior day, I believe, is the 15th against Lakeville South.
Yeah, 2 weeks from now.
So see all the seniors getting honored and sent off in a nice way. It's Cardenas, he tries to leave it. Nobody there wearing white. And here comes Shakopee the other way. This is Schmidt. Watched out there by Meek and steered away by Manzella. Net is off, and we'll have ourselves another face-off.
Yeah, Shakopee got one in the goal there, but unfortunately it was number 17.
Yeah, Jerry Husan. I hope I said J-E-R-E is the first name. Jerry? Not sure. But I know it's Husan. He's a sophomore forward. 10:57 to go. Scoreless first. Shakopee puts that top line back out there. And that'll be against the Wildcats. Gibson wins the draw for the Wildcats. He can get here at the half wall. He'll bring it up through the neutral. Backhanded cross. Tried to get Gibson. Couldn't quite control the puck. But Gibson, nice job of staying with his man. Here's Rife. He and Wilkie battle in the Shakopee zone. Puck just wisely dumped back in, and Myers picks it up for the Cats. Rife was right there alongside him. And Rife actually it was Myers that went down to the ice. And Shakopee looks to bring things out their way. This is Bigowet, number 10, going against the Wild captain Meekin, and Meekin wins that battle. This time down the ice anyway. We are still scoreless with 10:16 to go. Shots still just one apiece. Wow, now it's 2-1 Wildcats. Is that shot from way out? I think that was Gibby as the Cats is looking to make a change. So face off deep in the Shakopee zone to be to the left of Hummel, who you see. Got a little sip of water there.
Yeah, we got our second line out, as well as number 4, Aiden Byrne, and 24, Nicholas Cron on D right now.
And who's going to come away with the puck? Well, Shakopee had it briefly. And the Cats actually a nice job of keeping that one in on that far side. I think that was Oscar. Numbers were not in his favor right in front of the bench, but Oscar finishes off his check, but the puck is going the other way briefly as Byrne kicks that one back out to neutral out of harm's way. 2-on-2 as Lockenmeyer's going to go in deep for the Wildcats coming around the left side. Puck gets past him. White tries to keep it in for the Cats. Does. Here's Lockenmeyer to White. And went into about 3 Sabres. Couldn't get that shot off. Here comes Morrow the other way. He'll just dump it in as the Sabres are going to change up 4 behind the play. Cats are changing up 3 on the far on their bench as well. And out off the stick of number 19 for the Wildcats. That's Leighton Olson, a sophomore. His first shift of the night. He's out there with Delmonico and Wedward. Long shot coming through. That was off the stick of Cron. Check, that was Willery with the shot, my bad. Here's Wedward for the Wildcats. He'll leave it. This is Willery. He'll send it in deep. DeMonico going to give chase down to the half wall. Meekin nearing the halfway point of a scoreless first period here on ATV. Fucking lofted out, nearly hits the ceiling in the Civic Arena. And Max Meekin, nice intercept there by Shakopee. Aggressive forecheck by the Sabres. Almost got a key turnover there, did Shakopee.
Yeah, Ben Willery doing a nice job of checking 23 into the boards.
Yeah, that went off of Reif down in front of the Wildcat bench. Look at Myers, he goes all the way down, finishes off his check in the corner.
Yeah, and that saved a potential icing there. Nice hustle by number 7, Johnny Myers.
I do like how Eagan, they seem to have picked it up here a little bit as we've gone along.
Yeah.
They started out pretty slow, but a little more aggressive, especially in the offensive zone. Opportunity, shot, oh, just wide off Gibson.
The issue I'm seeing with Eagan right now is it seems like the forwards are grouping too much and not spreading out a little bit. They're kind of running over each other at times. So hopefully they can spread that out because they're playing very aggressively in the last 3 or 4 minutes.
There's that last opportunity. Good look there for Gibson, top of the slot. Getting White on the draw. Again, he is number 5. Tony Asta is number 11 for the Eagan Wildcats. And Alex Lockenmeyer, another sophomore forward, number 17 on this line. Dumped in by Shakopee's Wilkie.
Oh, terrible bounce off
yeah.
the boards. We got okay there, but
yeah, and we're going to get an icing on the Wildcats.
that could have been dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Trying to send it around the boards, it hit a crack and came right out in front of the goalie.
Hey, just looking ahead real quick for the Wildcats. Rosemount is here Thursday the 6th. Eastview is here for a Saturday afternoon tilt on the 8th of February. And the Duluth East game that was supposed to be played, I believe it was 5 nights ago, but East had to postpone because of, really, that team was ravaged by illness. And it's now a Monday, February 10th, 5 o'clock. The Greyhounds making the trek down 35 to play the Wildcats. Oh, it's good to see Mike Randolph coming on down with Duluth East.
Yeah, they're always a fun team to play against. Hard hitting. They're struggling a little bit this year, although I shouldn't say that they're playing the toughest teams around, but probably not having quite as good a year as they had last year.
You know, I still wouldn't have bet against the Greyhounds making it to St. Paul, though. 10 minutes gone by in this one. We remain scoreless. Meekin, he'll shoot it way down. Hummel kind of let that one off the glove and stick up high, but it was wide of the cage. Shakopee going to get something going this time. Big what, he'll dump it in as the Sabres changing up behind the play. They are going to get a fresh 5 ultimately. Reif off of his stick. Here's Johnny Myers. 3 guys watching Myers. Couldn't quite get through that trio. And Shakopee once again, here they come. This is number 19 with the puck. That's Morrow. Nice job by the Wildcats. Stood him up at the blue line.
Yeah, that was Cody Raiders out playing D with Hayden Byrne. Nice job of keeping them from bringing it in.
Cody Raider, kind of that 5th defenseman on this team. Maybe we'll see him up front a little bit, and kind of just that nice utility guy you love to have on your squad.
Yeah, the 2D pairing right now have been playing so well together. He hasn't had a chance to get out, so it's good to see he's out in the first period this game. Certainly been hustling all season, working hard during practice.
Cody's just a junior for this Eagan Wildcats squad. Dumped in again by Shakopee, and again they're going to change up everybody behind the play. And here come the Wildcats out of their own zone. Full head of steam that time, but the pass is intercepted in the neutral zone. Somebody gets around a stick that was just laying out there. I wanted to say a piece of timber, but those sticks aren't timber anymore. And here comes Lockenmeyer for the Cats. Across the center, dumps it in. Aiden White's going to go into the corner. I believe that's Big Wet down there for Shakopee. And again, Shakopee right back out. Cats just been, last couple of minutes, just nothing in that offensive zone.
Yeah, nice back check by Lockemeyer on that one.
Tony Asta, yeah, nice job hustling back by Shakopee's D. That might have been Big Wet, actually, one of the forwards. Got a piece of that one.
Got our third line out right now. Woodward doing a great job of keeping it in the zone. It's stolen by number 14, Shakopee.
Cats, this will be Meekin for Eagan. He'll leave it for Willard back near the corner. I just feel like Max Meekin has been out there almost the entire game.
Yeah, but he's floating really nice. He doesn't look like he's tired or anything.
Cardenas, he's leveled by Luke Schmidt. And you can hear the Shakopee students, they like that one. Right in front of them, of course. Battle in the corner. We'll play 2-on-2. Refs have no intention of blowing their whistle, it appears.
Let's go.
And puck pokes out. Opportunity in front. Oh, couldn't quite get it. Was Cardenas. Here's Anthony Cardenas, junior forward, number 26 in white. And Shakopee going to be 3-on-3 as Delmonico on the back check. I think she's going to make a change at the Wildcat bench. Figuette ridden out of the play. And here come the Cats the other way. Well, briefly. Long shot goes way wide. For a second I wasn't sure if the shots on goal is even working on the scoreboard, but it's now 2-1 Shakopee. Or 2-1 Eagan, check that. I guess it's working. Gibson in front, nobody there for the tip. Byrne gets past him. Cats will be forced to regroup. Willery. Referee vocally waving off that icing. Myers tips it ahead. Gibson across. Oh, couldn't quite get it to Reif, who was about a stride behind.
Yeah, I think Reif slowed down there, and Cole wasn't expecting that. He was passing it forward, hoping that he was going to remain flying, but he slowed down a little bit, and so then missed the pass.
Busan with a big check in the corner there for Shakopee on one of the Wildcat players. Cats see if they can break something. Really, neither team has had a chance to get much set up offensively tonight. Here's Meekin. Tries to center in front. And Shakopee goes off his own man, but Meekin is going to be able to get it. He fought off the check from Ostertag. And let's see if the Cats can go this time. White from the circle up top. That got easily kicked away by Hummel. All the way down should be an icing, and indeed it is. 2:53 to go. We're still scoreless.
Yeah, both teams are skating really hard, but they're really not getting it close to the scoring area, Like I said, it seemed like Egan's bunching a little bit, and I would say maybe Shakopee's doing that a little bit too much too.
And Shakopee's going to go on the power play as Asta is going to sit for the Wildcats. I did not see the call. We'll have to get that for you.
Missed that play as well.
Bottom line, a 2-minute power play upcoming for the Sabres.
Yeah, Egan's done really well on the penalty kill this year. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but it's been pretty decent.
Cross-checking is the official call. You mentioned that Eagan penalty kill, 86.4% on the season. Allowed just 9 power play goals and 66 kills. Shakopee's power play is struggling just at 11.9%, which really isn't much of a surprise for a team that just does not score a lot of goals. 2.5 to go, opening period here on ETV. We are scoreless. Sabres on the power play, however. First power play of the game for either squad.
Beautiful block by Aiden White on that forward. Blocking the shot from D.
Shakopee looking wraparound didn't happen. Just going to send it down deep. They're going to circle low. Meekin knocks his man out hard on the boards. Hustling in for Shakopee. That's McCarville. Couldn't get the puck. Comes back out. And the Wildcats are going to change 3 on the PK with 1:08 to go on the man disadvantage for the Eagan Wildcats.
Yeah, Max Meekin doing a wonderful job on this penalty kill.
Cats will loft that one all the way down. Myers with opportunity. Oh, Johnny almost got that one. Shakopee defenseman, not sure who that was, tried to knock it down.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't whistle that. The net went off the moorings there.
I believe it was Loisel for Shakopee that reached the mid up, and Myers nearly picked his pocket.
Yeah, we got 33 seconds left in the penalty kill for Eagan.
Shakopee looking to get things set up. They've made their change. Egan's got their 4 out. And that goes off the stick of Schmidt. But here's Willery for the Cats. Number 20 with 20 seconds to go in the PK. High off the glass and out.
Nice job by Ben Willery on that.
We're inside 10 seconds to go on the power play. A minute to go in the period. Both teams would love to get one here before intermission. Shakopee tries to get something going. That time was Husan. And here come the Wildcats. Aiden White, left, center, tries to get around his man. Nice job by the Shakopee defender, though, to keep White from getting that shot off.
Yeah, I thought maybe that was getting close to interference there.
I thought so, too.
But I'm glad they're letting them play tonight.
Here's a replay of that.
Yeah, it was holding just a little too long, I think.
That was Big Owette on the stop. Of course, Wildcat football fans, they're real familiar with Big Owette. Quarterback the Sabers this year. Got him Shakopee team, which got to the state quarterfinals. Nearly knocked off Lakeville North in the quarters before losing late in that one on a cold, cold night in Stillwater. Wedward off of his stick. Wedward's going to get it back. And couldn't quite get a good shot off there. Follow his man towards the corner. Third line out there for the Cats right now. Cardenas, 26, tries to make something happen on the half wall. Wedward tries to get in front. Nobody there wearing white. And once again, there's Meekin. Why would you say Meekin on every play? Feels that way
He's
tonight.
been out there a lot today. Playing a great game.
Inside 10 seconds to go in this first period. Oh, nearly a deadly turnover there for Shakopee. And puck's going to go. Burns going to get on his stick. Buzzer is going to sound. And we've got 17 minutes in the books. Eagan Wildcats, 0. Shakopee Sabers, 0. So the Wildcats, you see them, they're going to stay out. As is tradition here, we've got the mini mite action coming up.
Yeah, it's always a fun time, particularly if you're a mini mite, to get out and play in front of the big crowd and all their high school idols and such.
That's right.
I mean, hoping they're going to be there in a few years.
Yep. And we say it every broadcast, but I'm sure some of these all the Wildcat players remember when they were that age.
Yeah.
I'm sure their parents do.
Wildcat players probably like it too because it gives time for the coaches to cool off after the first period, right?
There you go.
Either that or generate a lot more to talk about.
That's right. So looks like we've got the Sharks and maybe the Kings on the other team. And they just had the Mite Jamboree a week ago for Eagan Hockey Association. That was down at Ron Park. Heard that was a big success again this year.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty decent day for it too, right?
Yeah.
I think ice was in pretty good condition.
Yep, it was warm. And I always think it's great, both the boys and the girls, they're all down there interacting with the kids, and high fives and fist pumps and signing autographs. So I would say the Kings have a decided man advantage here in this one.
Yeah, that's not always positive, though, when you got too many people if you're on your own team fighting for the puck. Oh, nice D there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sign that guy up.
Let's see, who could that kid replace on the varsity squad? A few years. Like about 10, maybe?
Number 7, I think it was, and he's doing a good job of holding back, playing in that D position. It takes a special person to be able to hang back and play D when there's all that excitement of putting the puck in the net.
Turnover in front went the other way. Oh, now we got one.
Looks like number 4 and number 11 combo on that.
You've got the little chippers out here right now. I saw Canes is sponsoring the Chuck a Puck that's going to happen after the second period with another Canes gift basket for whoever wins that contest later on.
Yeah, Canes is doing a great job of supporting Eagan hockey this year. They're new to the area and jumped out to help support a bunch of different sports this year. So we appreciate their efforts, and please help support them by going out and getting some chicken.
And tomorrow's the Super Bowl. You're going to want to just be nibbling. Some little wings or some fingers. But, a lot of great sponsors to help out the Wildcats this year. You've got, Ansari's is in there, Wildcats Bar and Grill.
Teresa's Restaurant.
Yep.
Yeah. Trail Stop.
Absolutely, Trail Stop. Big time Eagan hockey establishment right now. But, again, look at the program. Be sure, thank everybody that takes part in putting this nice program together. We
could not do what we do without our sponsors. Appreciate their assistance every year.
All right, we're going to let the little chippers keep going, and we're going to take ourselves a break. After one on the varsity level, it's the Shakopee Sabers 0, the Eagan Wildcats 0 as well. We'll be back in a few moments for second period action on Eagan TV.
What is the 2020 census? Every 10 years, the census records everyone living in this country. It's written in the Constitution and comes in a questionnaire that counts everyone who lives at your address on April 1st. The data can be used to inform funding for services like fire stations, schools, clinics, and representation that affect your community.
How will 2020 census data be used? Where there are more people, there are more needs for public services. That's why the census is used by the government to inform funding decisions each year. But that's not all. It's also used by nonprofits to inform services, by businesses to create jobs, and even by students for school projects. Understanding how the population changes helps us shape communities across the country for the better.
How does the 2020 census affect representation? There are 435 seats in the House of Representatives. These get distributed to the 50 states by population, and an accurate census response helps your state get the right amount of seats. States with smaller populations get at least one, while states with larger populations might get more.
How do I take the 2020 census? In March 2020, every address in the country will receive an invitation to complete a simple questionnaire. And there are 3 ways to respond. Number 1, do it online. Number 2, call by phone. Number 3, send it by mail. For those who don't respond, a census taker from your community will follow up and assist you.
Is my 2020 census data safe? After sending your census response, your personal information is kept safe. By law, it can't be shared with any other government agency, law enforcement, or landlord. No one. So take your 2020 census with peace of mind. Shape your future. Start here. Visit 2020census.gov.
I'm Stephanie Bolks, and I've been with the Eagan Police Department for 32 years. Pat Gagan was the captain who was going to become the next chief. And he took his badge off and handed me his badge. And then Captain Asman came to the two of us and said, "Welcome aboard. Don't make any mistakes, and let's go down to Denny's for breakfast." So I thought, if I just come here and I'm nice to people and I'm kind and I do what I'm told, everything will be fine. I wouldn't say my parents were supportive of it, but they didn't fight me on it either. And my mom always said, "I don't know, you'll be fine, honey. God is taking you down this path." My mom, she used to tell us all the time, public service is really an admirable field. When she met my dad, she said, "Well, my job is to raise my children." And my mom quit her job and she stayed at home and she raised 8 of us. I was working dog shifts and my mom would always have coffee and breakfast waiting for me when I came home. I was so spoiled. I would tell my mom about my job. I grew up incredibly sheltered, and I remember my dad walked into the room and sat down and he said, "Steffi, I don't want you telling your mother those stories. She doesn't need to hear what's going on out there." Because I would share stories about the drunks or the domestics or the incidences that I was dealing with. I'm a 22-year-old woman and my dad is still telling me what to do. And you know what? I never spoke about my job again with my parents. Jerry Mazaris, he used to just laugh because people would say, "I want a real officer." So we would come in to handle calls and no one ever took me seriously. And then Jerry was always really good about saying, "I don't know, what did she tell you to do? She's in charge." And that really helped me develop my confidence. Like, yes, I am in charge. This is my job. So I think that helped me develop my command presence and helped me to realize I need to just step up and be a big talker. My very first on-call was a 10-month-old that mom found him deceased in his crib. I said to my husband, "I have to go in, and it's a baby," and it was the same age as my son. So I remember going in with Gary Caldron, who was one of our medical examiners, and he knew I was a new mom. So we were talking about that. He said, "What are you doing with all those boys at home? How are you managing? And now you're out here at 2 o'clock in the morning." And we both walked into the bedroom together, and here was this pristine little baby boy dressed identical to how I had just left my son, in a thermal union suit. And I remember just feeling warmth and my knees went weak and Gary kind of caught me. And I go, "Gary, he looks just like Jeremy." And I remember Gary walking me out of the room and he said, "You stay out here and you talk to the parents. That's how we survive, is that we work with people that are like us, that have the same compassion, the same empathy, and we all just kind of help each other." I still remember we had this big plan on Christmas Eve where I had taken a 5-gallon bucket and collected snow and made a whole bunch of snowballs. And then I climbed a big old oak tree over off of Daniel. And when one of the officers was gonna go off shift at 2 o'clock in the morning, he was gonna drive home and we were just gonna pelt him with snowballs. So here I climb up in this tree and I'm up in the oak tree and I needed one of the guys to help lift me up there. That's how high I was. So I get up there with this 5-gallon pail of snowballs, and what I don't realize, it was a big joke on me. So no squad ever comes, nothing ever comes, and then they start giving calls out. I couldn't get out of the tree. I got a 5-gallon pail of snowballs, and all I could think about was how much trouble I'm gonna get in by my sergeant when he finds out, and then I find out my sergeant's in on it too, so. Jim and Lonnie had called law enforcement because their son Christopher, who had stayed home sick on Friday from school, couldn't be found, and their car was gone. They've never had any issues with Christopher at all, and he was gone. And back then, and of course this is 1990, where there was some unwritten rule that we would, if your kid doesn't come home in 24 hours, then call us back. They were just runaways. Everyone was a runaway. If you didn't know where your kid was, he was just a runaway. They called and they were concerned about Christopher and said, we've never had issues with him before, and they got an officer that said, call us back tomorrow if he's not home by tomorrow. Well, Saturday came and the mail came, and the Kerseys had received a suicide note in the mail that was mailed by Christopher. We found out that Christopher's vehicle had been located by State Patrol, and Linda had learned that his van was actually seen and observed parked up in the Grand Rapids area by a trooper on that Friday night. So we knew Christopher was up there. Right now we have all this wonderful grid searching and all this type of searching. That isn't going on up there. I mean, there's deputies riding around on horses and people walking ditches, but there's really no methodology that's going with that whole search and everything. And unfortunately, Christopher, his remains were never located. I just felt that was one of the reasons why I was in this job, is to still keep their son alive. I just really felt that was kind of my job, is to always try and find Christopher for the Kerseys before I retired, and unfortunately that never happened. You know, I think the fun about retirement is the unknown, and knowing that I can now do anything I want to do because I paid my dues. When I became a mom, that's when I defined myself. I was a police officer, but I was always a mom first. And that has always been the priority in my life. When I was at the Eagan Police Department, I gave you 110%. We see people at their worst, and that's when we need to be our best, is we need to be on our game. We need to help them hold hands and get them through that. And then we're all going to be better people when everything is done.
Attention all squads, after 32 years of dedicated service to the city of Eagan, Stephanie Bolts is 10-7. We wish you luck and joy in your retirement. 10-7 at 1632. 33. Congratulations.
Because of you, I felt hope.
Welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena, where you see the score after 1. The Shakopee Sabers 0, the Eagan Wildcats nothing. My name is Mike Cook. His name is Greg Byrne. And Greg, we had a first period that a lot of up and down action, but shots were minimal at best.
Yeah, not a lot of excitement towards the goalie that first period, so hopefully we're going to see a little more action this time around. I think it was just one penalty, right? So
yeah.
Just one power play.
Yep, Tony Asta was penalized. But yeah, Cats with a 4-2 edge in shots. We're going to get some of the crowd here in Wildcat country. Good crowd here tonight. There's Mike there in the red hat. Greg is right next to me. Getting ready for a big February of hockey.
Yeah, it's nice to be out shooting the other team by 2, but four shots as the high isn't very good. We should be 10 or 11 shots on goal the first period for sure.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll make that happen with a little magic the second period.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, quick opportunity. Let's thank everybody that's helping us out tonight, part of the Eagan TV crew. Dalton Gruber is directing tonight's broadcast. Getting help down in the truck from Joe Chupik, Aaron Thomas, Josh Sibley, Brad Lester's here, Patty DeGidio, and Luke Hockrein is here as well, part of the Eagan TV crew. Happy to bring you tonight's action, South Suburban Conference play. And if you ever want to get your own show on Eagan TV, it's pretty easy to do. No experience is required. Just check out the website, eagan-tv.com. And I got a word from Josh before the game that Spring Sports, they're starting to schedule some of that as well. So if you want to get your games covered, hey, give Josh and the ETV crew a call. See what they can do for you.
Yeah, you know, the other thing about low shots on goal as well is that the goalies get kind of rusty. In fact, talking to most goalies, they like the idea of getting some shots on the first period, kind of getting the action, feel like they're part of it.
Interesting there, you said the entire Shakopee bench banging their stick on the boards as we start the second period. Don't believe I've seen that before at a game. I saw their JV was doing it before in that game, which, by the way, was a 3-0 win for the Sabres. Meekin, good shot, good save with the glove, though, by Hummel, his first of the period.
Yeah, that's a good start. As I've said before, I love it when D rush the net. Brings a little variety to things and puts more offensive sticks in the zone.
Quick shot, Myers. Hummel couldn't quite get the glove on that one as it trickled just wide. Eagan had a couple of quick opportunities in the opening 30 seconds of this middle period. Big hit there by Byrne right in front of the Shakopee bench. Got a good piece of the Shakopee captain out there. And Shakopee able to get it back at the red line. Fired on, saved by Manzella. Bros with a long shot, number 20, the senior defenseman. This will be rife for the Wildcats against Bros. Rife tries to cut it to the middle, unable to do so. Intercepted by the Sabres. And here comes Shakopee 2-on-2, maybe a 3-on-2. Think of what he leaves it for number 9, Loisel, but it's going to come back out. Sabres forced to regroup. Intercepted that time down front by the Wildcats, but they couldn't control neutral. Shakopee tries. Cats end up with it. Those get things set up with Willery, number 20 for the Wildcats. Long outlet pass. That was tipped and out of play.
Yeah, in the center there, that was a Henry Rife kind of mixing things up and stopping the Shakopee drive again. He's been having a great year.
Yep.
He's kind of all over the place. Great to see the senior having such a good year.
Look at Derek Manzella. He's faced 3 shots, stopped them all so far tonight. Shakopee, can they get their 4th this time down the ice? There's Willery for the Wildcats. Good 1-on-2 battery. Willery might have got the better of that one as Asta pokes it out. Shakopee dumps it back in briefly into the Wildcat zone. Here comes Willery once again. He'll wheel. The defenseman leading the rush for the Wildcats. Looking for somebody in front. I think he was trying to find who was that coming down the slot on the tip. That was White. Couldn't quite connect. The Wildcats trying to get something set up. Willery, quick shot.
Oh, very nice shot on goal.
Hummel left a nice rebound there, but Cats unable to capitalize. That one goes way wide. Willery back at the point. Will he be able to? Yep, he's going to have to let that one come out. Willery's been out there quite a while for the Wildcats. Here comes Shakopee the other way. Manzella watches that one go wide. And here comes number 20. Guess who? That's Willery for the Wildcats. As we said, a lengthy shift for Willery right now.
And why we did so well there for a couple of minutes in their zone is because Willery skated it in. Seems like we've been doing too much dumping lately and losing control. Willery brought it in. He kept it under control, which allowed us to stay in the zone. We got several shots on goal for that pressure.
Sabres offside that time. By the way, I owe an apology for the little chipper game. It was not the Kings. It was the Predators that took on the Sharks.
We're going to dock your pay there, Mike, for that.
Just want to clarify that it was Nashville, not L.A. Just want to get it right. A lot of noise that time as Wedward tries to take his man out behind the play. Here comes Shakopee with speed. And that was defended nicely by Byrne, big number 4 for the Wildcats. Shakopee tries to keep it in, they do not. Here comes Delmonico off that right side. Quick shot, that never got through, was deflected by Husan of Shakopee. Good rush that time by Delmonico.
Yeah, he had Cardenas with him, but it would have been a tough shot to pass that over, so he did the smart thing to put it on goal.
Husan the other way, Mazzella leaves up a rebound. One of the Shakopee players overskated, I think that was Dawson. It goes out of harm's way. Here's Byrne, he'll just ringing around. Tried to get it near side. Cron for the Wildcats wears number 24, the sophomore in for Eagan.
Yeah, Nicholas having a great year as a sophomore. He'll certainly be a leader on the team next year for sure.
You guys had that third line out here for a little while right now, and it is the long change this period. 3.5 gone by in the second. We're still scoreless from the Eagan Civic Arena. South Suburban Conference play on a Saturday night. Oh, Shakopee with an opportunity, but Schmitz couldn't handle that puck. Delmonico, he'll dump it all the way down, and there's that third line getting a change. Actually, the Cats are going to change all 5 that time.
Yeah, it's always a scary thing when you see no one in the defensive zone for us.
Yep. And here's Willer. He's right back out for the Wildcats. Trying to get a near side board, bounce off the boards. That's Reif on the pass from Gibson. Reif shoots it on, and Hummel will probably wisely hang on, as I think Shakopee needed a change as well. With 12:43 to go in the second. As you see, shots now 8-4 for the Wildcats. So each team has doubled their shots that they had in the first period. And it was 4-2 after the first 17 minutes.
Yeah, we got our second line out right now. Tony Asta close to a shot on goal there.
He's out there with Alex Lockenmeyer and number 5, Aiden White. Willer stops. It's running 2 down on that far side. Shakopee a little aggressive that time on the forecheck, but puck does squirt free. Puck does come out. Asta's going to send it in deep. Lockenmeyer to give chase. Lockenmeyer goes after Schmidt, or Wilkie checked after Shakopee. And here come the Sabres once again. Free-flowing hockey in the Civic Arena.
Yeah, nice job by Tony Asta back checking though to take control of things for Eagan.
Byrne wisely stops there. He'll come back out. Finds his man at neutral. And it's Asta. Trying to see if the Cats look to make a change that time. They did not. Now they will. Well, Asta's going off. That's going to be our first penalty of the game on Shakopee. That's going to be Doze that's going to sit for the Sabres. I would imagine tripping will be the call.
Yeah, it wasn't a very flagrant one. I thought maybe Max was losing a little bit of an edge there. They took advantage of it. We'll see. Oh, no, I'm wrong. That was a trip.
So first power play of the game upcoming for the Eagan Wildcats, who have clicked at a 21.7 rate this year with a man advantage. Shakopee on the PK at 76.2%. First power play of the night for the Eagan Wildcats, looking to break this scoreless tie. We're about just over 4 minutes in, or 5 minutes into this second period. Long shot all the way through it. And Hummel didn't know where that rebound was, but he quickly covers up.
Very nice shot by Max Meekin. Let up a little rebound. We tried to poke it in, but he then covered it up. A beautiful shot by Max to get it through that mess in front. Shot on goal.
You know, that's something hockey players just, sometimes, especially the young girls, a shot on goal is never a bad thing. Just get that puck down there, let it bounce around a little bit, and you never know. It doesn't have to be the perfect snipe. Top line out there for the Wildcats with Gibson, number 9. There's Reif with the puck. He's going to send it down low to Gibson. He does. Myers trying to cheat in maybe on that other side. Gibson goes back in front to Myers. There's Mika from up top. Back to Myers from the circle, down low. Down in front, couldn't quite get it across to Gibson as Byrne was down there as well for the Wildcats. And Shakopee sends it all the way down with 1:15 to go in the Wildcat power play. 11 minutes to go in a scoreless second on ETV.
Max Meekin flying up the ice with the puck.
And Max will just circle all the way around as well. Myers sends it down cross ice deep. Back to Meekin up top. Good line, shoot, fire. Hummel might have got a piece of that, and we've got a little shoving behind the play as Hummel and Reif exchange a few pleasantries. And the Shakopee defenseman back there as well. Might have been Bros. Giving Reif a little pushing and shoving as well.
And here comes Johnny up the middle of the ice. 39 seconds left in the power play. Poke checked away from him.
The Wildcats forced to regroup once again on this power play. I think they have one shot with the man advantage right now. Asta, number 11 for the Wildcats. He battles with Shakopee's 11. That's Joe Roeder. Oh, Asta, kind of a dangerous play there right in front. Manzella didn't notice that one. Here's Asta, he'll leave it. Quick shot, White. And that goes wide of the cage. Willery up top, or back near the point. Now he'll go up top. Thinks about it. Sends it over. Here's Lockenmeyer. He'll shoot. That went off a Hummel. Defender, or Eagan had somebody right there, but it went off his chest. That was White that nearly was able to pound that rebound in. Shakopee kills that one off. We stay scoreless with 9:40 to go in the middle period. And Manzella, he'll wisely cover up for the Wildcats.
Yeah, we got a couple of shots on goal there, but not a lot of really good opportunities. I wouldn't say it was a bad power play, but maybe it's not as strong as we typically have.
And you see Manzella face off will be to his left. Mentioned we're scoreless right now. This was a 2-1 game between these teams back at Shakopee in December. Game that Myers won on a penalty shot in OT. The Shakopee JV team starting to get some kind of chant going down there. A little pounding on the glass.
Yeah, definitely the crowd into this game, which is always fun.
Yeah. They're happy. At least their JV team beat the Eagan JV 3-0. Hey, Meekin. What a move. Oh, everything but scoring on that play. Nice job of weaving through the defense. Byrne back for the Wildcats as Shakopee looks to bring it in with 7. That's Larson. And here come the Wildcats. Neither team has had a great opportunity of setting things up. Rifling opportunity goes just wide. But yeah, the Cats have definitely spent more time in Shakopee's zone this period. Willery long shot. Shakopee's just in and right back out.
Yeah, that last opportunity was pretty good. That was a nice pass to a trailing forward coming in there. Had a possibility. Eagan needs a little more of that action going on, you know?
And right now, Hummel looks like he could be tough to beat in that Sabres net. Although he's giving up some rebounds. So if the Cats can get in there and crash that net a little more. Shakopee dumping it out 2-on-1. Big and wet with the puck. Big and wet shot. That goes off of Manzella's pad. Good job by the senior netminder. 3-2 the other way.
Cody Rader out helping on D, and he did a nice job on that, forcing that player to take a shot further out than he wanted to. So nice job, Cody.
Halfway through the second, we stay scoreless in the Civic Arena. 11-7 your shots in favor of the Eagan Wildcats.
Yeah,
there we go.
Max Meekin shot. I think it was deflected, but I'm not sure by who. I think Max got the goal, but went off something.
They'll make that 12-7 shots, but more importantly, 1-0 Wildcats because of number 12.
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure who passed it back to him, but a very smart move there along the boards.
8:40 of the time of the goal. As the Cats take a 1-0 lead. Well, Meekin was the first man to the bench to get congratulated by teammates.
Yeah, I just saw it go down there, so I don't know if it hit another player on the way down a Shakopee stick or something, but it was a beautiful shot on goal.
We'll get the word from Nick Johnson momentarily, but if it is Meekin, that'll be his 8th goal of the season, tying him with Henry Wright for second on the team. Indeed, it is Meekin.
Number 5, Aiden White. Meekin from Asta and White at 8:40 of the second.
Well, there's the important details. We've got the Wildcats on the board at 1-0. For Asta, that's his 9th assist of the year. That puts him 5th on the team. And Aiden White also had the assist. He now has 6 helpers on the season for the Eagan Wildcats, who are up 1-0 over Shakopee. And here's Henry Reif, that top line for the Cats. Byrne, Reif, shot, oh, couldn't quite connect there. Hummel got in on that one for Shakopee. See if the Cats can get another one here on the board real quick.
Yeah, Eagan starting out really quick right after that goal, so that's good to see.
There's 23, that's Ostertag for Shakopee. Up there was Husan, number 17. Again, not in the zone for very long. We're the Sabres. Here come the Cats the other way. Reif, Gibson, Gibby! Just missed.
Yeah, goalie doing a great job coming out, taking any angle away from Gibby on that. He saw Eagan had 3 people and he decided to get out and stop it. He did a great job on there.
So face-off will be in the Shakopee zone. Here's a look at that last opportunity for the Wildcats. You mentioned, Greg, look how he comes out and just challenges the shooter.
Yeah, otherwise he was going to have pass it over and it would just be really tough because there were 2 other wings to pass to.
So we remain 1-0 Wildcats in front. When the Cats upended, no penalty whatsoever, none, just an incidental contact. Shakopee tries to get into the zone. Cats turn and go. Delmonico, he'll dump it in from just the Shakopee side of center. Here comes Cardenas. Watch this. Oh, everything but hit the guy. Cardenas hits the boards hard for the Wildcats. And the physicality at center. Reeder in there for the Wildcats along with Delmonico. Shakopee JV is not liking that. And tipped all the way through, so we will have no icing as Cardenas and that third line for the Cats head to the bench. Wedward remains out there for now for the Wildcats, and he's going to head to the bench as well. Shakopee looking to get something going. The Sabres down by a 1-0 count. Big rebound left there by Manzella. Quick shot. That goes wide. Not a favorable bounce for Shakopee, and Manzella at the post. Nothing happening.
Oh, that was really close. Derek got up, the puck rolled into the net, and the Shakopee JV kind of liked that, but we'll say no goal.
After the whistle. 6:17 to go in the second. You look at Manzella, he's looking to his right on this draw. There's Cron battling in for Eagan, number 24. Aiden White is number 5. Cron upends his man. Some of the Shakopee fans looking for a call, none forthcoming. And Byrne for the Cats. Right in the rush, he's going to go 1 on about 3 across the center. No, they're going to into the Wildcat bench, I believe.
Yeah, that's the second time Aiden Byrne put that into his own bench, so I think he's going to have a little talking to by his buddies during between the second and third period.
Yeah, I see Coach Mike Taylor on the left, Doug Watson standing there in the center with his arms crossed. Mike Thomas off to your left. That trio's been together for many years here in Wildcat country, leading the boys varsity squad.
A lot of experience on that bench.
Absolutely. And Thomas, he was a coach, I think, at Richfield for a number of years, and he had a couple other stops as well. Tails has been here, I believe this is year 18, maybe 19. That's looking to get something together here at neutral. Here comes the Wildcat captain, that's Meekin. Meekin going in deep against Rose. Look out, hard hit behind the play. A couple of captains battling. Big hit there off of the Wildcat, other captain, Myers.
Nice job, Henry Reif, going back and covering D.
Yep, and Sabres were offside as Dose couldn't quite get back. Good look at Henry Reif. Obviously not superstitious as he wears sweater number 13.
I don't think Henry lets anything worry him at all. He's all going 100% all the time.
A little bit about Henry Reif. He went to Somerset Elementary. Ratatouille is his favorite movie. Soccer fan. Patrick Kane, his favorite hockey player. And his inspirational quote is, "Every day matters."
Cody Ryder back on D, doing a great job of keeping that in the middle of the zone.
Speaking of Reader, there he was. There's Byrne, number 4. He's been out there a lot tonight as well. Number 4 in white. Shakopee tried to find, they had a man in front, number 23, couldn't quite connect. Ostertag, he was looking for the puck. Approaching 4.5 to go in this second. Wildcats have won this period. Shakopee still remains scoreless. Tried to poke it ahead to Delmonico, a little too far for him. Cardenas gives chase as well. Here comes Shakopee the other way. This is Huson, number 17. Tries to cut in on Manzella. Huson hits the post. The puck goes wide, and we have ourselves a whistle. Shakopee Javier is looking for a penalty shot. No chance, boys.
Good job by Manzella stopping that right at the point where he was making the shot.
And watch this play. If you're Manzella, you know this guy's plowing into you. And then there's Huson hitting the post. That was a good job by Reader to get back on that play as well.
Derek's a big, strong boy. He's not worried about that.
Again, the latest in a long line of Manzellas that plays goaltender for the Wildcats.
Yeah, I don't think he was closing his eyes on that. He keeps his eyes open on that stuff.
Pass to full speed, giving chase behind the Shakopee zone net. But Sabers going to dump it out. Cron for the Wildcats just tries to poke it ahead as they battle half wall far side over by the Zamboni entrance. Shakopee looking to get something in front. Wraparound attempt, nothing happening there. Good job by the Eagan D.
Yeah, that was Ben Willery right on top of that.
Icing is waved off at the last second. That puck, I'm not sure was ever going to get down to the goal line. That was 12, I should say. McCarville for Shakopee dumps it off the glass. Sabres making a small change over there on the far side. And this will be Asa for the Wildcats on the right wing. Asa cuts. Cats are making a change. Asa, nice job of controlling the puck while his teammates change up.
Yeah, that was very smart. Allows us to keep it in the zone. He's still got it.
Now Asa is actually able to make Lockemeyer and Asa change on that far side for the Cats. Willery tries to tie up his man, almost gets away with a little bit of a hook. There's Dose. That's going to be a penalty on the Wildcats. Should be. And their Schmitz was taken down. Not so sure they're going to. Yeah, there we go. Look at the official.
That was a good call.
Yeah, the official on the far side did not look to make the call, but.
Well, that wasn't. That could have been.
It's right there, isn't
that
it?
Was there,
yeah. That's going to be Johnny Myers sitting for the Wildcats.
That's one of those penalties you don't mind. That was a scoring opportunity, and it didn't go in, so it was worth the effort.
Yeah. 2:56 to go in the second. Sabres go on the power play for the second time tonight. Down by 1. There's Dose down low. Keep an eye on him, we said, for Shakopee. He's their top scorer. Send it down low. Big wet. Tried to find Dose. Puck is loose in front, but Manzella quickly right there. And nice job by Aiden Byrne to push the Shakopee player out of the way.
2:38 left in the game and 1:42 left in the penalty. And Egan's got a change of penalty killers. Aiden Byrne's going to stay out, but Asta, White, and Ben Willery coming on.
Shakopee from about the half wall, top of the circle, tries to send it across in front. Tip was there, and it's a goal for the Sabres. .14:28 time of that one, and it looks like it's going to be 2. Dose. It's right there alone, and not much Manzella could do on that one.
All right, that evens things up at 1 apiece. 14 shots on goal for Eagan, 11 for Shakopee.
For Dose, that's his team-leading 7th goal of the season. We said Shakopee, they do not score a lot of goals. They've been shut out 2 of the last 3 outings. But we'll get the official word from Nick Johnson in a moment as Willery lays a big hit at center. Schmidt with the second assist for Shakopee, and Hummel with the quick save. It was Schmidt and Schmitz for Shakopee on the assist. 1-1. 2:07 to go in the second. Shots 15-11 in favor of the Sabers. First in a stretch for the Wildcats. 4 of their last 5 at the Eagan Civic Arena. Rosemount is here on the 6th, Eastview the 8th, Duluth East on the 10th. Or I should say after tonight, 4 of their last 5 are at the arena. In front, Life was there, couldn't quite connect.
Beautiful pass by Cole Gibson.
Absolutely, and we've got ourselves a whistle, we've got a penalty. No, net is off. I thought the net was off a few seconds before then, but they let him play on. Here's that opportunity, centered in front. Just right there was Rife. He's gonna want that one back. 1:47 to go.
Yeah, we got the second line out with Nicholas Cron and Aiden Byrne on D.
Shakopee with 3-on-2 if they hurry. Tried to get the draw past the Big O, nothing happening. Here comes White. Austin was springing free. This is going to be Lockenmeyer. Nice job by Aston to stay on line. Onside, I should say. Inside 90 seconds to go in this period. Lockenmeyer, he'll leave it where White's going to chase for the Wildcats. Aiden White, number 5. One of the many seniors on this squad. Gets past Byrne, but Cron over to help out his defensive partner. Shakopee, are they going to be able to keep it in? They are ever so. Well, they are going to actually keep it in. As Brose had pinched in from his D spot. Minute to go in the period. And Brose actually gives Asta a big push right in front of the Shakopee students. And we've got a whistle. Yes, there was an icing. 55.3 to go. Gibson will draw for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Jackson, first line of forwards out.
Jackson Vogel for Shakopee. Vogel loses it. There's Willery for the Wildcats. He'll turn, go. Defenseman trying to lead the rush once again like he did earlier when the Cats got a goal, or had a really good rush earlier. Gibson shot steered aside. 40 to go in the period. Here's Gibson. Number 9 to Myers, number 7. Myers kind of knocked off the puck far side by, I believe that was Big O. Cass looking for a call, not going to get one. And Manzella's going to cover that one up wisely. We saw a lot of the Eagan bench, especially the coaches had their arms up like looking for a call.
Yeah, they've been letting them play today for the most part, unless it's been obvious.
Yeah, just 3 penalties in this hockey game so far. 1 on Eagan, or 1 on Shakopee. I checked that. 2 on the Wildcats. Gibson on the draw once again for the Wildcats. That one goes wide. Shakopee didn't have anybody there for a potential tip. There's Byrne battling 1-on-2 ahead to Rife, and the puck does squirt free. 10 seconds to go. Will Shakopee just eat this one? I don't think they're going to have any chance of getting much of a shot off here. There's Willery, he'll poke it in, and we should get our buzzer, which is right there.
A lot more shots on goal that period for sure.
I was going to say, shots 12-11 that period in favor of the Wildcats. So for Eagan, that went up 1-0. It was Meekin at 8:40. Shakopee about 5.5 minutes later on the power play with Dose. That puts us at 1-1. Cats are going to skate off at their end. And we're going to be coming back in a little while for the third period of action here on ETV. Will there be more? We'll see.
Shots on goal for the visiting Sabres in the second, 11, a 2-period total of 13.
Sometimes the things we do or say can make others feel hurt, excluded, or isolated. Everything you say and do creates an impact.
How am I supposed to save the whole world?
You can't think about saving the world. You have to think about saving one person.
Because of you, someone's entire life can change. You don't have to be a superhero to have a positive impact.
Friends?
Friends.
What kind of jets does he have? Can he go 59 to the house? He can! 6 points, Eagan!
Yay for the 20th anniversary. We're really excited. It's actually really impressive for a community group to be around for this long.
I helped start the chorus back in 1999. My husband sang with the Eagan Men's Chorus, and one evening the wives were having dinner with them, and they came and said, we have to find a new sponsorship, so we're going to go to Eagan to see if they'll sponsor us. And I said, well, if you're going to go and get sponsorship from Eagan, I'd like to start a women's chorus. We started with about 8 and we're up to about 60 now.
The mission of the Eagan Women of Note is not only just to come together as a community of women and sing, but it is also to bring music into the community, especially for those who can't always go out and seek music themselves.
There's nothing like going to the veterans' home and seeing them their bright smile light up their face when they recognize the song, and then they want to sing along with us.
We go to senior citizen homes or community centers or other places. We get to sing and bring that gift and bring kind of those treasures to them, and then they bring the gift of listening to us.
It was a 60s concert. A woman literally cried. And so to know that we make a difference, that we take them someplace, that we make them feel, and that they're feeling what we're trying to give them, made that probably my favorite concert ever.
Being a part of this really caring group of women is one of the things that I enjoy most about the choir.
Well, I'm looking forward to continuing to sing with the group, and I'd like to see us, we're continuing to expand our repertoire, and, we keep getting more and more members, which is awesome because the more singers you have, the more sound you can produce. So, I'm just looking forward to continuing to do some really fun, creative things with the group.
They've been strong since I've been here. They were strong before I got here. And I always hope that they always do harder music, but also maintain the sense of fun that they've always had as well.
I hope E1's around for at least another 20 years. I'll be there as long as I can sing. It's just amazing to share our love of song with the community.
This is a community of women who are very strong and supportive, and really it's an honor to be a part of the group because this group of women, they are just all so amazing.
I love our director, I love all the women in the group. It's just a fun mix of ages and blends of backgrounds.
It's really incredible that this group has been around, and I hope it lasts another 20 years.
20 years of growing a heart that's a giving heart to everyone in the community.
I just hope that we keep getting out there and singing in more and more places just to spread the music, the love of music.
Stay rolling, rolling on the rhythm.
I joined the team with Eric and Joey because we're like kind of the original members of the team.
We went into the FLL team, which is where we came up with the name, the Thunder Penguins, because we were like, what do we like? Lightning and penguins, and then we put them together. We changed the spelling of penguin to be a pun.
I was actually there when they were the Thunder Chickens as a Lego team.
Benefits in robotics, there's a lot of things that go into it. Engineering, coding, computer design, socializing, leading, there's writing, drawing, there's a lot of different aspects that you can put into it.
I definitely learned a lot of things that I would not have known before. Like I got to use a lot of power tools and other things like that.
I think I'm up to 4 programming languages now that I've learned.
Understanding of like how electronics and coding works.
A lot of us have progressed through our different areas and we've learned a lot about that kind of thing.
I think I've benefited in a lot of really good ways. The best way would probably be it helped me get out of my shell.
Kind of gain my self-awareness, realizing that I'm actually strong in communicating with people.
You develop being able to communicate with everyone. A great way is through outreach.
One of the core values that we hold most is we just enjoy teaching others the knowledge that we have.
We constantly go out to other events and just talk to like kids and adults and like teach them about robotics.
Best way for you to learn something is to teach someone else how to do it. So if they're teaching someone else how to program, they're going to get better, but they're also sharing their experience with the others.
I do see myself pursuing robotics in the future, but not exactly robotics, but more like electric, like more engineering kind of style.
If you're going to learn anything in life, and I mean really learn it, it's going to be because you're seeking the knowledge.
When I first joined robotics in elementary school, I kind of knew I wanted to do something like that. And towards this end, I've learned CAD 3D printing, and that's really where I want to go. I love to 3D print stuff and make things on the computer.
After high school, I plan on just going into programming, and that's solely because of robotics.
I don't know if we're going to disband at the end of high school or not, but I'd like to stay in robotics for a bit.
What I would like to see would be, throughout this season and next season, bringing on a bunch of younger kids so that the team can continue.
What they've learned, I can't take any credit for teaching them. They've taught themselves. They've sought for the knowledge.
They gave me Vicodin after my knee surgery. I didn't know it would be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
I tried Oxy at a couple of parties. I didn't know it'd be this addictive. I didn't know how far I'd go to get more.
Opioid dependence can happen after just 5 days. Know the truth, spread the truth.
Welcome back inside the Eagan Civic Arena as we get set for third period action. It's the Shakopee Sabers 1, your Eagan Wildcats 1 as well. My name is Mike Cook. Greg Byrne will be alongside me here momentarily. But yeah, we said Shakopee 1, the Wildcats 1. If you look at the conference standings, this could be a very pivotal game if the Cats do not rally in this one, because entering play today in the uber-tight South Suburban Conference, Lakeville North has 19 points. Lakeville South, Prior Lake, and Rosemount are all at 18. Burnsville is at 16. Eagan's at 14. So you cannot, if you're the Wildcats, you cannot miss a golden opportunity to get 2 points against the Shakopee squad that, as we said, coming in there 1-10-1 in conference play, 4-14-1 overall. Yet it's a Shakopee team that we said took the Wildcats to overtime when these teams met back in Scott County there back in December. So we shall see what happens. But yeah, it's Eagan 1, Shakopee 1. Hey, quick shout out. I want to make sure we thank our local sponsors for the Wildcats, Trail Stop Tavern and Sari's Mediterranean Grill and Lounge, Wildcats Bar and Grill, and Lone Oak Grill. And speaking of Lone Oak Grill, the Eagan Hockey Association has their annual pasta feed at Lone Oak Grill on Monday night, February the 3rd. I believe it's 5:45 to 8:30. I think it's all you can eat pasta and pizza, and there's door prizes and silent auctions, and there's a puck in the crowd here. Souvenir for somebody. There will not be pucks in the crowd at the Lone Oak Eagan Hockey event, but there will be, I said, plenty of gift baskets and just a good time, and a couple of kids all fighting for the puck down below us. Okay, as we go back to the ice, 1-1 here as we get going third period, and that one goes wide. Kept in, almost kept in by Shakopee, was not, however. And Aiden Byrne out there is one defenseman right now for the Wildcats. Ben Willery is the other. Cole Gibson, number 9. He's currently centering that line with Henry Reif and Johnny Myers. Shakopee has their top line out as well right now.
Oh, nice outlet pass to Henry Reif from Aiden Byrne.
Good low shot. Hummel with the save.
Hey, I want to do a little shout out too from a couple of hockey dads that are in Arizona. Tim Meakin and John White are down there watching the Phoenix Open, I believe it is. So just shout out to them watching the game on Eagan TV live stream.
Hope they got out to that 16th hole, which is, I guess, nothing but a big party at that tournament.
Knowing those two, they've gotten out to any place where there's a party.
And I got to admit, that's like one of the most fun golf holes I think you'll ever see. It was, what did they put, 30,000 people around that par 3?
Tony Rader out on corner D working with Aiden Byrne.
Yep. Here comes Shakopee 3-on-2. Briefly had numbers. There's Byrne. He'll wisely get the puck. Pokes it off the end boards and picked up by one of the Wildcats coming out the other way. Tried to get a long outlet to Asa. They're going to have to tag Lockenmeyer out there as well with Aiden White. So Cass, we're going to try this once again. Here's Byrne, too far that time for Lockenmeyer, and we'll have a face-off back in the Wildcat zone. Early third period, tied at 1. Hey, quick on a shout out and congratulations to the Eagan High School FTC robotics teams. A number of them have completed qualifying tournaments. They're going to be in the state championship next weekend in St. Paul, the 7th and 8th of February. The teams are Can I Have a Cookie Mom, Thunder Penguins, Crush Bots, Solid, Confidential Robots, Iron Tacos, and the Tactical Tech Tomato Turtles. All the robotics teams from Eagan High School taking part. State championship next weekend, so good luck to all those students. And we've got another souvenir. And about a quartet of kids is hustling for that puck down by the Eagan student section. Okay, we had a nice chuck of puck between periods, thanks to Raising Canes. Nice gift basket they gave to the winner. And the winning puck was confirmed by the law firm of Cron and Family.
Once again, thanks to Canes for sponsoring that for Eagan Hockey. Makes for an enjoyable game for the young ones throwing those pucks out there. Got Eagan's third line out right now, as well as Ben Willery and Nicholas Cron and Aiden Byrne on D.
Shakopee, that's number 27, Schmitz going after the puck. He lost it. Sabres are going to be forced to regroup this time. That's 14, Zane Orchard, freshman defender for the Sabres, wears sweater number 14, battling with Asta. That shot never got through, knocked down in front by the D. That was nearly a tip by Cardenas, who came in from the backside. Nice play by 26 in white. Shakopee JVers making some noise down below, right at the blue line. Puck comes out. Cats will be forced to play. This is Willery. He'll backhand it. Tries to get around his man. Gets knocked into the boards by Bigwood, who pokes it ahead. And the puck actually did get out. Referee was right on that line. Give him credit.
Cole Gibson doing a nice job trying to keep that in.
Stand corrected. The linesman, I should say, right on that line.
Yeah, looks like we got Cody Rader out. Playing D with Ben Willery, and we got the second line of forwards.
Yep.
White, Asta, and Lockemeyer.
Yeah, Aiden White on that draw. His favorite movie, by the way, is The Blind Side. And he went to Faithful Shepherd in elementary school. You find out all these facts about players. Pick up a program here at the Eagan Civic Arena. Shakopee looking to get something set up here in a 1-1 hockey game, and we've got a whistle because the net is off.
Hey, just a little knowledge here. You may have noticed Max Meek is out on the ice. He got hurt during the last period, so we're hoping he's getting better. Max, besides being a great defenseman and a big scorer, is the key leader on this team.
Absolutely.
So hopefully we get him back as soon as possible, and he's doing okay.
Yeah, he's one of the captains on this squad. Yeah, he and Johnny Myers are listed as captains. The assistant captain, Cole Gibson, Aiden Byrne. Good senior leadership on this Eagan Wildcats squad. Opportunity for the Cats. Cross, nobody there on the tip. With 13:45 to go. Dare we say in regulation already. Cats circle, trying to get in front. There's Gibson. Shot just wide. Tried to go to that left post. Had the goalie leaning, but Cole fires it just wide. Byrne long shot. Tipped in by Reif, and Hummel with a quick glove. And we get ourselves a whistle.
That's what we need, though. Get it back to D and get it on net and look for a rebound. Nice play there by Eagan Wildcats.
Shakopee changing 5. Cats are going to make one change. Cron is going to go off, and Willery on a D. Paired up there with Byrne, who's going to shoot from way out. Puck tried to get the traffic rebound. Reif couldn't quite get it past Hummel. Good opportunity there for the home team. Back in front, Shakopee, can they kill out arms? Reif, quick shot. Not sure if Hummel ever saw that coming through. Opportunity, can the Cats keep it in? They will be forced to regroup. Burns sends it ahead. That was Reif trying to dodge his man. Here's Gibson from way out, and Hummel's going to hang on, and that's fortunate for the Wildcats as they can make a line change now.
Yeah, Eagan doing a great job for the last 2.5 minutes or so. A lot of pressure from both D and forwards. Let's hope we can keep that going. As the third line comes out, we got Aiden Byrne, Ben Willery on D.
Wedward take the draw for the Wildcats. Dose for Shakopee. He got their goal back in the second period after Meekin put the Cats up 1-0.
Yeah, we actually got Johnny Myers out on D right now. Giving the other Ds a little bit of a rest without Max on the ice. Probably see a couple other guys coming in and helping out on D.
There's Myers to Byrne in the corner. Byrne unable to control it. Shakopee couldn't get it either. Cats are going to bring it out. Delmonico gives chase, but it will be an icing. Face-off will come back in the Eagan zone where you see number 30, Derek Manzello, awaits everybody else. Shots right now, 22-13 Wildcats. And Wildcats have all 6 so far in this third period.
Yeah, they came out very strong this top of the third period.
Eagan has outscored their opponents 18-10 in the third period this year. Shakopee's been outscored by 8, 21-13 in the third period.
Again, another nice outlet pass by Aiden Byrne to Tony Asta waiting on the blue line.
Lockemeyer goes in, but Shakopee's going to come out 2-on-2. Stood his man up there at neutral was Willery. Byrne, White over skates. Cats, can they get it out? They do. Lockemeyer coming down that far side, but they're going to have to regroup as Austin was knocked off the puck. 2-on-1 for Shakopee potentially.
Great job by Ben Willery, poke checking that pass. 2-on-1.
Absolutely.
Fabulous job by Ben.
That was, dare we say, textbook. Shakopee trying to race in with a head of steam. Cats, nice job though, back checking for the Wildcats, and they're just not letting Shakopee get anything set up. Going to get Gibson. They were trying to get Gibson, I think, on the tip. And the Shakopee, their defender ran into the net. Fortunately avoided his netminder. But a couple of glances were directed towards Johnny Myers.
Yeah, Cats playing really well in this third period. A lot of good pressure.
.25 to go in regulation. We're still tied at 1. Long shot. Hummel watches that go aside. Here's Byrne. Tries to send it down low for Reif. Shakopee, nice job of getting in the way of that one, and they're going to bring it down with the man that blocked it. That was number 19, Morrow. Shakopee looking to get something set up. Good defense down that time by the Wildcats. Well, I'll tell you, Aiden Byrne is going to be very winded after this period. Boy, he has been out there a lot. But just showing that leadership of one of the captains. Although technically, I guess he's an assistant captain, but nonetheless, one of the 4 players with a letter on his shoulder, or near his shoulder. Here's Byrne. Really shoot, way out. That was actually almost tipped by one of the Shakopee players on the way through. Wedward for the Cats. Turns, spins on the dot. Tied up, lost the puck.
Nice job by Wedward working hard on that one.
Byrne from way out. Rebound is there. Delmonico couldn't quite get there for Eagan. Good surge right now by the home team. Wedward in deep, battling in there with Bros for Shakopee.
Yeah, Wedward's on fire out there. He's being very physical, controlling the puck, keeping it in their zone.
Cats, so that did come out. Linesman right there. Just a split second, you could say. 10:07 to go. We're still tied at 1.
Yeah, looks like we got the second line out. Johnny Myers is covering with Ben Willery on D.
Shakopee JVers trying to get some kind of chant going down there. I will say this, the Eagan student section's been kind of quiet tonight. Off angle shot by Myers. Another quick shot from Myers. You know what I like about that is he took maybe 2 bad angle shots, but he took the shots.
Yeah. Doesn't go in. Usually it trickles down in front of the net. Someone else to whack in.
And Johnny will stay out. He'll switch over to the right point as Aiden Byrne back on. Back at the left point.
Yeah, we have several forwards that are pretty talented to come back and help. Cole Gibson played a lot of D when he was younger as well. So
here's Dose for Shakopee.
Oh,
Mandela got that one.
That was a fabulous job by Johnny Myers of keeping that guy coming in from the other side, messing with his stick.
Speaking of sticks, Lockemeyer just lost his. Shakopee with an opportunity. That went off of Byrne up high into the netting. Faceoff should be in the Wildcat zone, I believe, to the left of Manzella. Oh, we mentioned this is the first. Eagan plays 5 of their final 6 here in the Eagan Civic Arena. Rosemount is here on the 6th. Eastview, a Saturday afternoon tilt, 3 o'clock, which is also the next Eagan TV game, by the way. Duluth East here at 5 o'clock. Yes, 5 o'clock on Monday the 10th. That's a makeup game. Cats got to go to North, and they finish here with Lakeville South. It'll be senior night on the 15th. And that game could be huge, not only for conference, but potentially sections as well.
Hey, Ben Willery doing a great job of mixing it up in the corner against 2 Shakopee guys.
There's Myers. There's opportunities there. Gimme! Almost got the pad out. Well, Gibson's had a couple of primo looks tonight.
Yeah, I got to get a lot of credit to the Shakopee goalie. He's coming out, cutting the angle, and making it really tough for Eagan to score.
Shakopee keeps it in. Larson.
Find a high stick there.
Yep. Face-off should come in will be in the Wildcat zone, I believe.
Yeah, and here's where it gets really tough without Max Meekin. Max, one of our core penalty killers. So we're hoping he's feeling better.
So Henry Reif, the guilty party. Midway point of period number 3. Third penalty of the night against the Wildcats. Shakopee did score in the power play last time. We'll see how aggressive the Cats are on this penalty kill. Aiden White, big hit there by White. Byrne with his man behind the net. Good job, Aiden Byrne. He'll just ring that around the boards and out. First 20 seconds elapsed on this one.
Oh, fabulous job by Tony Asta to take that puck.
Just behind White. Right idea, though. Tried to throw it across. Good kill thus far by the Wildcats. And here comes Shakopee inside 8 minutes to go in regulation. Tried to poke it ahead. Biguette near side boards. He's going to go deep against Byrne, but Byrne is right there. Got the reach in there, able to poke that one ahead. But Shakopee does get the puck. And that one goes wide of Manzella off the stick of Dose. Kept in that time by the Sabres. From the circle, they're going to send it low to the right.
Nice job by Nicholas Cron blocking that and getting it out.
And the net is off.
Oh, that was Ben Willery that had that nice play. Pardon.
Should look at number 18 there for Shakopee. Luke Schmidt, he's a senior winger for the Sabres. Look at the Shakopee bench. Calvin Simon, their head coach. Chris Bodle, the assistant. Jeff Weber, an assistant as well for the Sabres. Penalty kill halfway, it was half over for the Wildcats.
Nice job getting it out.
Shakopee looking to get something going. McCarville, he'll have to regroup with the puck. He does. Off his own hand that time was Huson, but Cats able to get in the way. Here comes Shakopee one more time. Dumped it in down low. That's 23. Ostertag 23 for Shakopee battling with the Wildcats and poked ahead nicely. Lockenmeyer.
Yeah, 30 seconds left in the penalty kill for the Wildcats.
And McCarville waits for Shakopee. Everybody gets lined up. Cats have their defense in position. And there you go. Cats get it. Oh, they do get it out. Wasn't the best clearing attempt, but it got out by Myers. Nice job, Willery, that time on Huson.
Great job. Willery's just playing really strong today.
There he is right there. He couldn't quite get past Morrill that time as the Cats are back at full strength. 6.5 to go in regulation. We're tied at 1. Eagan had one by Meekin. Shakopee got one by Dose, all in the second period. Nice move that time. Asta, he'll stop. Tried to use the defenseman as a screen, but it went off of Roeder that time. And here comes Asta. He'll hustle back, got that puck. Aggressive play by Tony. Nice job. He goes to the bench. As the Cats get a fresh man on, and that is number 3, Delmonico came skating in.
Hey, Lockemeyer doing a great job in that corner, letting a couple of people change shift.
There's Byrne off the boards, too far for White. And that should be an ice, and indeed it is with 5:43 to go. Regulation. Hey, we mentioned the Eagan schedule. Let's be fair. Shakopee, 4 of their last 5 are at home as well. They've got Prior Lake on the 6th, then Burnsville, Minnehaha Academy. They go back to Farmington, who they beat earlier this year for their one conference win, and then they host Apple Valley to end the season. Willery back for the Wildcats. Comes at far side boards. Turnover in front, though. Manzella was up for that one.
They need to fix that spot. That's the second time it went right out in front of the goalie from a bad ricochet off the boards.
Wedward in there for the Wildcats, number 10, battling hard. And Byrne in there.
Johnny
Myers. That was Myers. I stand
yeah.
corrected. Should have known he was a little too short to be Aiden Byrne. And Delmonico gets around. Actually, Delmonico in deep. He's taken out hard behind the net. Cardenas came in deep as well. And Shakopee able to come away with the puck. This is number 18, Schmidt for Shakopee. The slot, quick shot, and Manzella up to the challenge. Had a good look at it.
Yeah, he did a nice job coming out, too.
Eagan, though, just cannot let Schmidt come down like that and just cut to the middle with nobody around him. Nobody putting a body on him or getting a stick out there. 4:39 to go, regulation. 25-15 shots favor the home team. 9-2 shots this period, Eagan's favor. Let's see if the Cats can get something going this time. Leading the way, this is Henry Reif. Left dot down low, leaves it for Gibson. And Gibson, if it would have been a left-handed shot, it would have been ideal, but Gibby's a righty. Willery way out. Not sure Hummel saw that. He got the glove up, but it went wide. Byrne, can he keep it in? And no, Shock be able to poke it out with Bigowet. And coming down with the puck is Vogel. Picks up the loose puck, centered in front. And that one goes just wide of the Eagan cage.
Nice job of Cole Gibson coming in to help out on that play. He's taking the puck up the net.
Speaking of Gibson,
yeah,
he's got to shoot from there, from the right dot. And Hummel makes the save as Eagan was changing up behind the play.
Yeah, Cole did a nice job of making it up the ice so that Eagan could make a change with everyone else.
Cole Gibson, favorite hockey player is Patrice Bergeron. Went to Woodland Elementary. Favorite inspirational quote is, "Can you listen? Can you learn?" He attributes that to Coach T. White kind of avoids the big check at neutral. Cats staying with it. Lockenmeyer backhands that one down into the corner where White's going to pick it up. He's got a man back at the point. He'll send it back. Oh, Rader couldn't quite keep that one in.
Yeah, it was bouncing a little too much there.
It was. Shakopee, can they turn and go this time? Ostertag leading the rush for the Sabres. And Manzella gobbles that one up.
Nicholas Cron doing a great job there forcing that shot from way out. Again, he's having a great game at D.
3:12 to go in regulation. We got Coach Taylor and the rest of the Wildcat leaders on that bench.
And Taylor sending out the first line along with Willery and Byrne on D.
If you're Tails, do you double shift this top line the rest of the way?
I think so.
Yeah, I would agree. Johnny Myers in deep for the Cats. Reif overskates that puck. And Shakopee looks to come the other way with Loisel leading the rush. Number 9. Lost the puck, however. Cats are just going to bank it out to neutral. Cole Gibson couldn't quite control, but it goes to Reif. And he overskated the loose puck and neutral. Shakopee dumps it all the way down, and it will not be an ice. Byrne, he tries to leave it for Willery down in the corner. He's shadowed by Schmitz. Wildcats looking to bring this one out. Now, Greg, this isn't one of those games where you see somebody with a lot of opportunities, and it's just a matter of when is it going to happen.
Yeah, and I think Egan's had the most opportunities this period for sure. But Shakopee playing well this period.
You know, Shakopee's had a couple of good looks at Manzella here in the last few minutes. Willery sends that one out. That should be an ice, and indeed it will be with 2:06 to go in regulation.
Yeah, again, Shakopee goalie having a great game today. Their D are doing a great job of keeping Eagan kind of away from the front of the net at times as well.
White on the draw for the Eagan Wildcats. Number 6, Vogel for Shakopee. Oh, and Manzella gets that mid down quick. Whoo, that was a little close for the Wildcats and the Sabres.
Yeah, for Shakopee, that's one of those plays you practice a lot. Centering it over to the wing, put it in. They did a great job of executing on that.
A little better result this time for the Wildcats off the draw. Lockenmeyer, yep, Asta was offside, absolutely. For Asta, why do I keep calling him Asta? It's Asta, right?
Tony Asta.
Asta. I apologize.
Asta's a golfer. He's actually going to be golfing for Minnesota State at Mankato next year.
Nice.
Go from a physical game like hockey to a finesse game like golf. So he's very multi-talented.
So, of course, you know what his favorite movie is. It's Happy Gilmore. Oh, yeah!
Yeah! Hey, that was a gorgeous play. I don't know who gave it to Henry Wright, but he gave it over to Cole Gibson, who put it in. Perfect timing on that. Wildcats needed that big goal.
Let's take a look at it here.
Oh, gorgeous,
That
gorgeous.
is absolutely right.
Yeah.
What a pass. Gibby, what a finish.
Cole Gibson, a senior this year, also plays lacrosse. Cole started as a sophomore playing hockey for the Eagan Wildcats.
9th goal of the year for Gibby. Let's get the official announcement.
Cole Gibson! Assist to number 13, Henry Rice, and number 4, Aiden Byrne. Gibson from Rice and Byrne at 15-14.
When do you think we're going to see an empty net here?
You know, I was just looking down during that announcement. I was surprised he was still in the net. Myers will just dump it in deep. I would have thought with a minute and a half to go, you got to pull him, don't you?
I bet they will after they get it out
Oh,
of the
yeah.
zone
Now
here.
we're down to just over a minute to go in regulation. 2-1 Cats. Huge goal by Cole Gibson.
There he goes.
Yep.
Got an empty net right now.
Yep, he's officially on the bench. 6-on-5 for Shakopee. And do we have an ice? We do. Some of the Cats thought it was tipped.
Yeah, that was too bad. We really don't need to come back to our zone in that case. We're in a hurry to get it out when they got 6 forwards going at, or 6 players on the ice.
If Eagan hangs on to win this one, that'll be their 3rd victory in 4 contests and 5th in 7.
So we got Cole Gibson face off, and he wins it. Extremely critical.
Can it get there? Nope. It was online, but it was dying.
42 seconds left. Gibby doing a great job keeping it in the zone.
Absolutely. Henry Reif out there as well. We're down to 30 to go. Reif, what a play there in neutral. Just knocking the big man Bros off the puck. Down to 20 for the Sabres. Can they get the equalizer? Not going to happen there with Reif. What a play.
Reif. See if Henry can maybe put it in.
Yeah, that would have just been justice after that play. Oh, big hit by Bros over there, but Reif's just going to battle 1-on-3. That puck
great
squares
job.
up.
There's a penalty.
Penalty upcoming on the Sabres, which is going to be a formality at this point with 4.6 to go.
Yeah, Henry Reif doing a great job keeping it in that corner. Killing some time. 3 or 4 Shakopee's players on him.
Right now, shots, it's going to finish most likely going to finish 28-19 in favor of the Wildcats. You got to remember, Eagan had 4 shots on goal in that opening period. And they've powered back with 24 in the second and third.
Yeah, anytime you're around 30 in a game, you're doing good. Shots on goal.
And there is the final buzzer. The Eagan Wildcats, Cole Gibson with a goal with 1:46 to go. And the Wildcats beat Shakopee for the 2nd time this year by a 2-1 count.
Yeah, 1-goal game both times. Shakopee's really a good team. A lot better than the record shows, and they've stressed us out big time twice this year. So good luck to Shakopee for the rest of their season.
Absolutely. They got a lot of youth on that team, and you definitely see some potential there for the Sabres. But as it is, they're going to head back to Scott County on the short end of a 2-1 game. Wildcats, they improve on the season to 14-6, 7-6 in conference play. Shakopee 4-15-1 overall, 1-11 in conference play. As you look at all the names that are helping out here on the ETV crew tonight, thank you for everybody that was involved, and we're all happy to bring you Eagan Wildcat hockey on ETV. Our next broadcast is Saturday, February 8th, 3 o'clock start against Eastview. But the Wildcats, right before that, they have a game against Rosemount on the 6th. And don't forget that Duluth East makeup game, Monday the 10th, 5 o'clock start here in the Eagan Civic Arena.
Yeah, can I just say one thing before we cut off here, Mike?
Absolutely.
Derek Manzella had a fabulous game
He
tonight.
did.
It's so important. Have our senior goaltender. We can count on him every game. So.
Well, he's got some big tests coming up as the Cats look to stay on a roll down the stretch. That's going to wrap things up from the Eagan Civic Arena, where once again your final score, the Eagan Wildcats 2, the Shakopee Sabers 1. He's Greg Byrne. I'm Mike Cook. On behalf of the entire ETV crew, we say thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time for Wildcat Hockey on ETV.